There's something surreal about a knockout that freezes time. Not just the punch, but the reaction, the way a fighter's body twists in midair, completely disconnected from consciousness before hitting the mat. These are the moments that define careers and rivalries and leave fans speechless. Today, we're revisiting some of the most devastating knockouts in combat sports. Some of these fighters crumbled instantly. Others twisted, turned, and felt like puppets with their strings cut. Stick around until the end, because these moments will make you appreciate both the brutality and beauty of the fight game. Mark Magsayo vs. Isaac Avelar, 2023. The comeback left hook. Former world champion Mark Magsayo made his return in 2023, stepping into the ring against the tough and resilient Isaac Avelar. From the opening bell, Magsayo came out blazing, showing no signs of ring rust. His combinations were fast, fluid, and powerful, forcing Avelar into survival mode early. The first 2 rounds were electric, but in round 3, Magsayo found his moment. A perfectly timed left hook detonated on Avelar's jaw, shutting his lights out instantly. Avelar collapsed as if his body had been switched off. The referee didn't bother with the count. Magsayo's comeback was complete, and he looked just as dangerous as ever. Kevin Walter vs. Abu Khabib, 2023. Muscles don't win fights. The heavyweight boxing clash between bodybuilder Kevin Walter and Abu Khabib proved the old adage: muscles don't win fights. Walter's physique was impressive. Massive shoulders, thick arms, but Khabib was quicker, smarter, and far more dangerous. In the opening round, Khabib stayed elusive before clocking Walter with a right hand that sent shivers through the crowd. Walter froze for a split second, then toppled like a felled tree. The ref waved it off immediately. Power and speed will always beat size when it comes to combat. Jamie Moore vs. Matthew Macklin, 2006. British Fight of the Year, and a knockout to remember. The 2006 British Fight of the Year wasn't just a brawl, it was an all-time classic. Jamie Moore and Matthew Macklin waged war over 10 savage rounds, both men leaving a piece of themselves in the ring that night. Macklin came out strong, orchestrating attacks with vicious body shots and flurries to the head. Moore, ever the warrior, absorbed the punishment and fired back with equal intensity. The rounds flew by as both men swung for the fences, neither willing to back down. In round 10, Moore found his opening. A crushing left hook detonated on Macklin's chin, sending him to a place where time stood still. Macklin crumpled slowly, landing hard on the canvas. He wasn't getting up. Moore stood over him, arms at his sides, no celebration, just the respect of a war hard fought. David Tua vs. John Ruiz, 1996. 19 seconds of destruction. David Tua was a wrecking ball in the 1990s heavyweight division. Short and stocky, but with terrifying power, Tua blasted his way to a WBC International Heavyweight title in just his 23rd fight. In 1996, Tua faced future world champion John Ruiz. The bout lasted 19 seconds. Tua came out like a missile, landing a crushing left hook that sent Ruiz straight to the canvas. Ruiz didn't know what hit him. He was counted out before he could blink. It was one of the fastest, cleanest one-punch KOs in heavyweight history. David Tua vs. Darrell Wilson, 1996. Tua sends Wilson to the shadow realm. Tua's first title defense was against Darrell Wilson, a man known for his chin and grit. The two traded bombs for most of the first round, both landing heavy shots. But Tua had the final say. As Wilson loaded up for a right hand, Tua slipped inside and landed a short left hook that collapsed Wilson like a building in demolition. It was the first time Wilson had ever been knocked down, and he wasn't beating the count. Another brutal first-round KO for Tua, solidifying his status as a knockout artist. Stephen Smith vs. Gary Buckland, 2013. The perfect uppercut in 2013, Stephen "Swifty" Smith met Gary Buckland for the British super featherweight title. It was a scrappy fight from the start, with Buckland pushing forward but struggling with accuracy, while Smith took time to find his rhythm. By round 4, Smith found his mark, hurting Buckland with sharp counters but unable to finish. Then came round 5. Smith landed a sweetly timed uppercut that snapped Buckland's head back violently. Buckland crumpled immediately, out cold before he even hit the canvas. It was a devastating finish and one of the cleanest KOs of Smith's career. Joe Messi vs. Deverell Williamson, 2003. All offense, no breaks. Joe Messi was an undefeated knockout machine in 2003, and his non-title bout against Deverell Williamson was supposed to be a test. Messi came out firing on all cylinders. Just over a minute in, he slipped a jab and uncorked a huge right hand that rattled Williamson to his core. Sensing the finish, Messi swarmed, throwing everything he had. Williamson collapsed under the barrage, unable to continue. Messi's perfect record remained intact, and his reputation as a KO artist was cemented. Bernard Hopkins vs. Joe Lipsy, 1996. Precision and power. By 1996, Bernard Hopkins was already a force at middleweight. His defense was masterful, his counters deadly. But against Joe Lipsy, Hopkins unleashed pure aggression. Lipsy survived the first 2 rounds but was struggling to deal with Hopkins's pressure. By round 4, Hopkins found his rhythm and launched a fiery flurry that sent Lipsy down hard. A crushing uppercut sealed it, and Lipsy was counted out. Hopkins retained his IBF middleweight title with authority. Lipsy never fought again after this brutal loss. Yuri Kalenga vs. Roberto Ballant, 2015. The Congolese beast at work. In 2015, Congolese power puncher Yuri Kalenga faced Roberto Ballant in a cruiserweight bout that quickly turned ugly for the Argentine. Kalenga swarmed Ballant from the opening bell, unloading with big shots that left him tangled in the ropes like a broken marionette. By round 3, Kalenga scored a knockdown with a glancing left hand. Ballant somehow survived the round but continued to absorb punishment. In round 9, it was over. Kalenga dropped Ballant again, and the referee had seen enough. It was a beating from start to finish, and Kalenga added another highlight to his collection. And there you have it, some of the most brutal knockouts in boxing history. From twisting, mid-air collapses to fighters frozen in time before they hit the canvas. These are the moments that remind us how unforgiving this sport can be. Which knockout shook you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more jaw-dropping moments from the legends of combat sports, hit that subscribe button and join us here at Legends of the Octagon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.